band, wasn't it? Or was it Guitar
No, you
Hero?
can get a drum kit for Guitar Hero. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen people streaming that now.
Yeah,
And if I was ever going to do
Yeah.
a stream of something,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Not a weird flex, but okay. But I love the drumming one.
Yeah. I mean, the drummer one was insane, actually.
I remember
because it's the most
it was
accurate because you are hitting, like,
and there was like a pedal on the floor and stuff.
Yeah, like a proper kick and that, yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're talking about retro music video games.
Yeah, Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero was
unbelievable. Class. You know, I remember when I was a kid and I was playing Guitar Hero, and then now, you know, I get to
look at you now. You are the Guitar Hero.
Live it. You know what I mean? When everyone's up and I'm playing Share Believe, you get to tilt the guitar.
I'm not entirely
sure.
That's what I do when I'm doing Angels. I go into. I've loaded up my power move, or whatever, star power. That's it. And I like go into it and I go woo, and then it makes my guitar go.
Yeah, that's it. Without doing that move, the whole solo would just be terrible.
I don't. The two videos I've got of me going into the crowd and doing that, my guitar's like right up in the
air. It does make.
I think honestly, because when I was learning guitar, and my whole world was playing guitar for a bit. When I was like 11, 12, 13, I literally played guitar. This is kind of a bit mad and shows a little bit more of what I'm actually really like and how obsessive my brain can be.
Yeah.
I was learning guitar and I'd play before I went to school. I'd wake up and play a bit of guitar when I was 11 because I was like obsessed with it. 11, 12, I was so obsessed with it.
The other kids are getting up and watching Cartoon Network. You're just
playing something, shredding away, too loud, way too loud.
But like through an amp?
Yeah, probably, yeah. and then I'd come home and I'd play guitar again until it was dinner. I'd pretend I was doing my homework.
Right.
But actually, there's no way they wouldn't have known that I wasn't doing my homework.
I admire your parents' patience of.
Look at me now. Take a look at me now.
Yeah.
And then I'd play again after dinner until they told me I had to go to bed. I was obsessed. I got from 0, never playing guitar, to grade 8 in like 3 years.
That is impressive. That's pretty good.
From being obsessed with it. Right. And it's to the point where my mum and dad, they had like a little back room that was where they kept all like the luggage and stuff. You know, you throw stuff.
Yeah,
it's like a room.
The storage room.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I basically got shoved out of wherever I was playing, probably in the lounge or something, for being too loud and taking over and stuff, into that little back room to try and stop people hearing it the whole time. But then that became my first kind of studio.
Okay.
It's still there in my mum and dad's, and I'd written loads of band names and stuff on the wall.
Did you not get like complaints from the neighbours?
The neighbours were an old people's home one side and a kids' nursery the other side. So the old people couldn't hear it, and the kids were making more noise than I was. So it's fine.
That's fair enough.
We were literally the Goldilocks house.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
My sister's running around shouting, me playing guitar, perfectly in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
But I made that was like, now I think about it, definitely my first studio room, because I'd started I set a drum kit up in there.
Okay.
I recorded a few of my very first ever demos of songs that are still on YouTube. Harry Smethurst music on YouTube.
Nice.
What were the songs called? I can't remember, but I'm not going to link you to them. You can try and find them yourself.
Yeah. Was it like you playing the drums like Whiplash style? Just
No, they were actually, for my age, quite cool.
Okay.
They already had a little bit of sort of idea and style and visual to it.
So you were already quite edgy as a kid.
Yeah, I was a proper edgelord as a kid.
Yeah.
That was my peak emo goth phase.
Yeah. I got bullied for doing music in school.
We talked about you think it's going to be the cool thing and it's not the cool thing, and there's so many cringe moments.
But you know what? Who's laughing now? Me, when I order my coffee at Starbucks.
Oh, you were in fucking geography sat next to me.
Yeah, no, right, okay, that was a bit harsh, but there's a real story behind that, because that's not like a, just joke. Like, the people, a lot of the people that used to actually, like, really, sort of.
Well, would you imagine it's the bullies in the schools who are going to be the people with the brightest futures?
Oh, yeah, 100%. At the time, yeah.
No, but looking at it now.
Oh no!
You'd
of
think
course not.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's why they were the bullies at the time, because that was their
That was their way of
being
of dominating.
Yeah. But like, and then they go in the real world and they realize, oh, that's not how it works.
Get what you want.
But you know,
we're talking about bullies on today's episode.
No, but anyway, my point is that I had like multiple cases of people just being like taking the mick for music and whatever.
Right.
And the thing is, like, a lot of those people are like, oh, you're never gonna like.
What do you think's gonna happen with this?
Yeah,
Why
like,
are you chasing it?
Like what?
Oh, you're gonna be.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like you do realize that you're just gonna be playing in the bedroom the rest of your life and like all this kind of thing. And it is a genuine true story that I bumped into. I bumped into one of them working at Starbucks, and they actually took their break to come and sit with me while I had my coffee, and we're like, oh, like,
what's going on? You're right.
I've seen your Instagram. You're smashing it, man. You've been all around the world doing music, and I'm like, the last time I spoke to you, you laughed at me for wanting to pursue this job, and now you're literally trying to like get me to follow you.
But it speaks to what we've been saying the whole time about one of the things that I think it might seem petty, but it matters to me on some level that we are trying to dispel the sort of rumor that everyone's a struggling musician unless you're like the 1%. That's the whole point of starting to do some of this.
Exactly.
Is to kind of talk about our working lives and show you that there's a way to make a decent living.
Middle class musicians.
I don't want to start branding ourselves as middle class. That's not going to go down particularly well.
Yeah, I've just recently started.
My 2.5 kids.
I've recently started shopping at Waitrose.
Talking about buying a house in Hessel, yeah.
I was actually. Oh yeah. I've put myself in it there, actually. Yeah. But we say we say we're not middle class, and before the podcast, we were literally talking about lifetime ices and finances and buying a house.
I don't own a house now.
But that's a very middle class conversation.
Talking about your money.
You said, who's your accountant?
That was from a business perspective. And you went, no, he's more of a financial advisor, so fuck you. 1-0.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah.
But also to fight against the question of, do you do this full time or what's your normal 100%. Job? And I still get it. I still find it so bizarre that you are, with all your expensive equipment, set up in a wedding venue. Pick any nice wedding venue, and you are doing the evening and holding a room of people. And the people go, "Oh, is this full time?" Oh my god!
Yeah.
So I think
so shocked. Like, what? Yeah, but what do you do in your day? Like,
I'm obviously a postie or like a milkman or something. Yeah. You can't do this full time.
Yeah, and then when you
if you're I don't think wedding photographers get that. I bet you they don't.
No, they don't. And I can assure you this.
Why do people think that music is a like hobby thing?
I know this for a fact. If you try to get car insurance, if you try to get finance, anything like this, and it says, what's your job title?
And you put musician down.
A lot of times, wedding photographer is on there, wedding events planner is on there, wedding anything is on there. Wedding musician is never on the job list. You have to put other and type it in. Or
if you put musician, it affects your premium on your car.
Exactly.
It puts your premium.
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, because we trust the photographer more than we trust you. You know, we give the industry a bad name from our
It's mad that music has that weird sort of like negative.
Yeah, because the insurance company scroll on our Instagram and see everyone holding Guinness, like, oh, they're like,
that's all of the accountants and the other people and the lawyers and the doctors in the crowd being the messy ones.
We're the ones not drinking most of the time. I know it's disgraceful, but
so cut it out, world.
But my point is that like I definitely look. It's not an arrogant way, but it makes me feel good about myself when I remember back, because there was a lot of times that it made me tear up, when I was a kid, and I was like, I really want this life, and everyone's laughing at me. And I remember one time, and I'll happily say this now, because I'll also happily say about how amazing my life is now, but I remember that I remember one time that oh god, this is cringe actually. But
go on, ready? We are at 9 minutes in. Right. I'm remembering for when I have to clip this out.
In 2012, Ed Sheeran, you can see where this is going. In 2012, Ed Sheeran did this iTunes set. You know, remember when iTunes did like Camden
At the
Roundhouse?
Roundhouse,
And
they were
did,
so good. There's a Paolo Nutini one of them
sick.
that is class.
Unbelievable atmosphere. So Ed Sheeran did the 2012 iTunes thing, right? And it was like, at the time, I was obsessed.
How old were you?
Like, I don't know, 2012. So what was
when
that?
were you born? What year were you born?
Years ago, 97.
97. Okay, so you're 28 minus 12, 16, 15, 16?
Yeah, 15, 16, right? So I'm like just
old enough to know better.
Leaving school, right? No, I'm just kind of like, you know, you're almost leaving school, aren't you? 15, 16, right? And everybody was like, do your GCSEs, like make sure, because like
outside your house going, do your GCSEs.
Yeah, and they put all this pressure on kids, which I do not agree with. Like, I really don't agree with it. I've seen how much pressure my little sister gets put in school, and it is not right.
I also now am at the position of we had to do it, so stuff them, they can do it as well.
Well, maybe. But like, you know, but I've seen how detrimental it can be for mental health of kids and things, and it's not fair. But anyway, that's another discussion. But anyway, the point is, I was 15, 16, right? And I remember like my PE teacher. I said this on an unreleased episode, so I'm going to say it again. But like my PE teacher basically said to me, it was like,
"You'll never amount to anything."
He was basically saying like, "Oh, that guitar." He was like, "You need to hurry up, like you need to shut up and listen or whatever." Because I was talking about music and PE like to some mate, and he was like, "You need to shut up and listen." It was like, "You might, you know, you might be good at guitar, but that's like never going to pay your bills. Like you're never going to get a mortgage from that or whatever." He like said some snide thing. Anyway, so the point is like that happened. This is all around my GCSE time. I went home, I seen the Ed Sheeran iTunes set, right? And this is how badly I wanted this life. It's like I watched it and I remember like a couple of sets. I'm sat in the living room just watching this with my family there, right? And I remember just literally just like bursting into tears crying, right? And I'll admit how cringy that is now, but I don't care because I've done, like in my mind, I don't have to be famous. Like I've done what I wanted to do, right? But at the time, I was so upset because that's what I wanted. I wanted to be on the stage. I wanted to make everyone have a great time, dance, love, you know, what they're doing. And that was what I wanted to do with my life. And I had so many people, whether it be peers in school laughing at me, even teachers being like, "Oh, you can't do that for a living," you know, all that. And now, whenever I see them, like they are the only people in the world because, as you know, most people, I'm always really like humble, and I am humble in the sense of I can't believe
how many times in the middle of this episode and the last one have we been like, "No, I'm not up my own arse," but, and now you're going, "Oh no, I'm dead humble." But.
I understand the way things sound, but like it's also
we are deliberately trying to frame this in a perspective of like you can do this, you can do good work, you can make good money, you can make good connections.
You know what I mean? Like you know, and that's it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm starving. You know, like at the end of the day, like you know, because
part of this is that it can be well paid.
We're trying to break that sort of that idea
opinion,
of the struggle and thing, and now they are the only people that I will literally, if I bump into them and they're like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Doing all right, you know, like, yeah, I got flown out to Italy and Spain last year. I'm in Belgium this winter." They're the only people that I probably do come across as a bit of an arsehole.
But you're quite happy to be.
Yeah, but I don't mind because in my mind I think to crying Connor in 2012 when everyone was taking the mick out of me for wanting to do this for a job. And now I look at my life and I'm like, I worked really hard, like, you know.
Putting hours that people didn't see.
Exactly. I mean, you know behind the scenes of what it takes
for me to build up
level.
any portfolio of gigs back here when I moved back from Newcastle, it was, I said it yesterday, looking through everyone I knew who was gigging's, like listings, Instagram stuff on Facebook, all the venues I could find to see if they mentioned anything about having live music.
100%.
I literally went through trying to exhaust the list of local places, literally trying to find every single one I could.
100%.
And find out if any of them had live music, if it's the right kind of thing where I could go do a gig.
Yep. 100%.
Messaging, going through, crossing them off a list, messaging them, following up, all that, and then finding any place that had an open mic and going to every single open mic. God love Alex. She was patient with me at the start of it all and would come to some of them, not come to some of them, but understand that I was going to go and do this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like pretty like single-minded and aggressive with trying to get enough gigs from around here, and it happens kind of incrementally and slowly, and you eventually get to a point where you've got enough that you can think about doing it full time. But I've still got some of the connections from back right in the start of it all. So one of the open mics I did was on Allison Road at the other place, which is R.I.P. no longer around.
I heard about that place.
So one of the people who used to be a regular when I was playing that, when it was bouncing back in the day, pre-COVID, I think.
Nice.
Was one of the lads who flew us out to Mallorca to do a wedding.
Sick.
And one of the girls who worked there when it was changing from the other place to the Allerton, which is now not that either, is Alice, who does Danny Max. So, there's so many tendrils of like people moving from one place to another, or someone sees you in a place.
It's a network. It is.
It's so. I always try and think back to what is the gig that I'm still currently doing, or getting, or contact I've got that goes back the longest number of chains in the link.
Half the game now for me that gets me more gigs than my Instagram than anything. Right, is sticking behind after a gig for a bit. And just existing, and people come over and go, "It was a great set, that mate." Whatever. You get talking to them, and then it comes up. Oh, we've got this thing, and I'm like, "Oh, here's my number."
But if you're able to make any small little human connection, that they're going to remember you a little bit better when they're 100%. Thinking about who they might book.
They need to see you as a human and not this show.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think for me, that's made a massive difference in bookings, and
being personable is so important.
Just friends, as well. In terms of just making mates. Since I started being a lot more sociable at gigs and just talking to people, I've made loads of mates now that I can know.
One of my main drinking buddies is Swindo, who I just met through doing the gigs at 361.
It's funny because I made so many friends and I can never do anything with any of them because I'm so busy. And they're just probably I don't even...
No. Yeah. That is the sad other side of this job.
I had somebody message me that I've been friends with since primary school, and he messaged me going,
"We'd love to see you sometime, mate.
Great to see you smashing it. See stuff every day on your Instagram. It looks like you're doing really well. Let me know if you've got any time this week." Right, that was 3 months ago, and I've not had any time since.
I know that life is. Our priorities fall in interesting ways because the weekends are always wiped.
How do you prioritize your spare time that you do have then? What's your go-to stuff? Obviously you got Alex. That's the priority.
Yeah, that number one fundamental.
But I'm talking about Harry alone time. Oh, that's not a good way.
How do I spend my alone time?
He searches for his passport. No, but see that was a clever up-to-date joke. You get it?
No.
Oh, come on. Because the whole thing in the news about the adult sites now needing...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I use VPN. It's fine.
Anyway.
NordVPN is our sponsor. If you live in the UK and you can't enjoy your alone time...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
use NordVPN/one more tune. That will be a link at some point, just not yet.
100%.
Do free sponsorships until they get us money for it. I've heard that they're
actually trying to ban VPNs now in this country because of
that.
You
can't. They'll find a way around
it. But, so...
How do I do that? I try and get exercise in.
Nice.
Very important, fundamental. We were talking about this before. I try and mix it up with some stuff like going to the driving range, playing a bit of golf, doing a bit of climbing, playing a bit of footy. That's always really important.
So is that your self-care thing?
Go and listen to a podcast and go to the driving range, hit 100 balls. It is
You're not doing
relaxing.
the lush bubble bath with the
I have a bath every day.
On your eyes.
I have a bath every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I love a bath.
See, I like baths. I've got a bath. I like baths.
Flex!
Well, I'm middle
class.
Middle class.
I got a bath. I got to form my own bath.
Yeah.
It is a bucket in the garden.
But to be fair, a lot of friends that I've got in apartments and stuff don't have a bath. They just have a shower. So, Anyway.
I've got a bath.
No, I've got a bath and I do.
You too can earn your own bath if you sign up to Connor's 10 gig checklist.
I'm going to write a book soon. Just
Chapter 1. Bed, bath, and beyond.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got, My point is, I've got a bath, and I do get. I do do use it regularly. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck we're talking about now.
No. Right, what I'm trying to say is...
How do you prioritise your time off?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I do have a bath, and I do use it a lot, but I don't use it every day, you know?
I like having a bath. I have a bath most days.
But it's not as hygienic as a shower, is it?
No, probably not. But I also probably have a shower as well.
Right, okay. So you have a...
Might have a shower in the morning, a bath in the evening or something.
Okay, fair enough. You know... So I was just like, because
I wasn't really meaning to be like, oh yeah, I go to play golf and then sit in the bath the whole time. This is what you just imagine. I'm like eating a cooked chicken in the bath.
I'm trying to get to the point of like we work a lot, we have stressful
try and
jobs.
see friends. That's really important because the same thing we were saying before. Because weekends, most people, the average number of people, most of them work a Monday, Friday of some description. They do their socialising on the weekends. That's why our jobs exist, because people socialise on the weekends.
100%.
We are not, so that they're socialising, we are there working. You don't play your mates' parties every weekend, so you don't see those people. I prioritise trying to see mates.
Yeah, definitely.
I think in my week off, I want one night where I'm in the pub having a few pints.
Nice.
That's one of my requests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To see family and stuff as well. So Wednesdays we often see Alex's nan and immediate family, and see my mum and dad and stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
Trying to reclaim it and not just one thing I hate is when I get to like a few days off, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and I'm looking at what's happening next weekend and I don't do anything with my time off. I've just sat there like waiting for the next group of gigs to come round. That's when I feel like I'm wasting my life.
Your soul.
That makes me really
feel
sad.
Empty inside. Yeah.
And then I look. If you start doing that, and then you start thinking about like how many weeks consecutive you've got big stuff on, starts proper burning your head
100%.
So I have to be really active with my own time to do things I remember doing. So particular activities, going to the climbing hangar, whatever it is, playing footy.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to get a bit of routine.
I mean, I'm similar, I guess. Like, you know, I get a bath.
A David Lloyd.
Spas. Well, you know, this. Well, obviously, I'm looking at the spa thing because if they want to like sponsor me and give me a cheap.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is a free plug with the expectation of the next one being a paid plug for David Lloyd.
Yeah.
If you want to go to David Lloyd Gym Spa, whatever's.
100%.
Played paddle there last week with Cal. Very good fun.
Was
Lovely
nice?
Time.
Yeah.
I enjoy paddle a lot.
Yes.
That was nice.
Middle class. But it does look insane. And the thing is, like, it's a good way to unwind from the stress. So the spa thing, yes, and all the things that I do. Self-care is, well, as we started the podcast, a bit of video games, whatever, like a bit of a chill kind of thing.
We were talking literally, I've got a PS2, 3 and 4 set up.
Nice.
The PS3 doesn't currently work, but the intention's there.
But same thing. Just
one of the nice things we do is quite often on a Monday morning we'll have an hour phone call and just be like, how good or shit was your weekend?
100%. It saves me like £100 a week on a therapist.
It is just me going, and how does that make you feel, Connor? And I'm like trying to get off the phone because I just want to have a bacon butty and like sit in my undies or something.
It always ends up like I've got to go.
I've immediately got something very pressing that I've got to do, and I just put the phone down and then like sit where I was sitting. Because we are trying to channel Connor's talkative energy into something productive.
But here's the thing: if there's a psychologist that watches, right, I'm sure that there's something wrong with me, right? I'm sure.
But everyone thinks that.
Yeah, no.
I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, aren't I?
That's what I think. I might have ADHD.
I think every musician like us does,
Maybe.
And I think we fit into that because if you think about the music and how we play and how like choppy and changey, and I do 5 seconds of a song and go on to something else, that is ADHD.
Yeah, because I don't have an attention span. Like I just don't.
It's also kind of a modern affliction, isn't it?
I think so.
Social media.
Like if I'm watching a video on the TV from YouTube, right, and it's like 10 minutes, I find myself swiping on TikTok while I'm watching.
We've been trying to watch films and stuff a lot more lately, and we both have to sort of like nudge each other if the other one like picks the phone up too much. And it's funny because it's seen as like an insult to correct someone on their bad habit of picking their phone up. But the other person will be like...
It's insane, isn't it? You know, I think I'd love to do one of those... like those dopamine detox, like stay off your phone.
You're such a cosmic scouser, you lad.
I love it, man. I love it. You know, as I say, like just go out to the woods. You know what I mean? And you know, no, I'd like to do that. I like nature. I like
baths.
I like baths. Yeah. No, you know what I mean. Like I don't like the modern age. But I need it for my job. Like, I need my phone. I can't just go, I'm going to turn my phone off for a week because I know that people are messaging me, inquiring about things. I need to have a presence online. Lately, I've been posting stories every day on Instagram, which I hate. Like, I genuinely do hate it. But it works.
Why do you hate it?
Because it's just like, I feel like I'm annoying people.
No one else is going to wave your flag for you.
I know. I shared the thing yesterday, and it was some guy, and it was actually really inspirational.
Yeah, what I saw.
And it was like no one else cares.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So just do it.
And anyone who is, it's been said a million times, but anyone who is criticizing you, they are below you, pulling down. No one who's doing better than you is going to be punching down on you.
But the biggest thing for me is talking to the camera. I'm so scared of it.
We're doing this. We do this weekly.
There's two of us. When it's just you and the camera, it feels more like intimate. I don't know. Like it's like I don't know. Like
it takes me about 7 goes to get something out properly.
Like that one that I did on Saturday, it took 24 takes.
You'll get better. It'll take 23 takes the next time you do it.
And like I had to stop a little bit because my hand was shaking.
Oh,
like I was like
filming a video. Got it.
I was literally
I've been like that. Yeah, mate, I was like that.
I definitely wasn't like that, but you know what I mean?
Please enter your passport details here.
That's why I was only filming the top half. Yeah. Anyway, no, but the point is that like it is hard because like
you have to really overcome that self-conscious film into camera. I'm a lot more comfy than I was.
Yeah, you feel cringy though. It feels cringy. Like
because you've got to try and come across as like you're just chatting. Imagine it that you are on the mic just announcing something to a room at a wedding.
Yeah.
I go into the same headspace as
what I don't like is when you have to start and you have to go, hey guys, or you have to go like, hey, what's up everyone?
You just need to have a couple of catch lines that you aren't consciously even saying.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing good. I just wanted to say about this. You just need it in like that. The format of my talking to camera videos are always the same.
Right.
I'm doing this thing, get involved, see you later.
So we don't normally do that with this because we do the cold open, normally we're just talking about crap anyway.
Guitar Hero this time around.
Exactly. So that we never get that. When you're actually looking at the camera, staring it down, like
when you're giving a notification
you're also
of information,
seeing yourself on the screen, so it makes it more worse. And
I prefer that. I prefer knowing that I look as good as I do.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. I do a couple of press ups before.
Get
the pump going.
Awful. In your face to talk.
Yeah. That's it. But like, I mean, it is a problem that I've got. Like, but
are you trying to consciously fight it?
My
and get better at it?
thing is what I'm thinking is every weekend, if I do one, right, like just talking, a minimum one talking to the camera. By the end of the year, that means I will have 52. Done that many that like I basically. Like, I hopefully won't be scared of it anymore. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
but it's also like, I think it's good practice for you to do one saying where you're gigging and stuff. But I wouldn't post that information in that way.
Right.
What I do is my listings now is I do the month, pin it, and share it every week with it.
But like, what about like a lot of people I follow? They got big followings, musicians and stuff. Right.
I don't shout about every gig I'm at with a direct to camera video. I'm not like, I'm in the OBK on Friday.
What about like just like videos where it's just like, Just want to thank everyone who's booked me this month. It's been an amazing month. Blah, blah, blah. Like those kind of videos, I watch them and I like them. You know, like I follow people who do it.
It's giving away a bit of your personality.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, even just like some sort of like semi-personal stuff. You know, not like crying in the camera.
I have a bit of a mixed thing because I think you can still show personality.
Yeah,
but I also think we've talked about it before with some people if they say they want to do private parties and weddings, but all of their videos are from pubs. You have to show really plainly on your socials what it is you do and what you're trying to get people to book you for. I think the same thing is true in the other way with if you diversify stuff too much and try and show too much of the rest of your life, you then lose the message of this is my music page, book me for this thing here. If you're like, posting every walk you go on or every run you do or something, I think there's too much.
In music and in life, image
Get ready.
is 95% of the game, right? It's all smoke and mirrors. And the guy who told me that when I was 16 is in a very successful band right now. Mm-hmm. And he said... That whole
it's like the fake it
till you make it thing. I personally have seen that work, right? Now, there's a line where it's like you're just being false. But
it's interesting, isn't it? Because there's... I don't know, it's like people shouting about weird things that aren't actually like a big deal. And it comes across as inauthentic. But I also just think it's how good of... a person you are to not be like multiple faced about things.
Yeah. No, that's what
it can come. You can tell when someone's putting an act on, can't you?
What I'm saying is that if you want to be like a like it's a mentality thing as well, right? So if you want to be a successful musician, right? In my opinion, right? And I'm not saying I'm successful because I'm not. Like
middle class,
middle class. Yeah. You know, somewhat successful. Like, I feel like if you make a living from something, you can say you're successful at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you pay your bills. Anyway, so my point is, if you want to be a successful musician, and you're not right now, you have to be a successful musician, right? And what I mean by that is, even if the work isn't coming in, you have to act like a successful musician. You have to go and market yourself as if you're successful. You know, you have to do that because you are what...
Well, it's one good little thing you said is... if for us now, one thing I would have done earlier I did this yesterday. I was looking through my own thing, just kind of like trying to see at what point I posted the first video of me filming myself over the shoulder and getting a reaction from the crowd. Trying to see what the first video. There was one from the Wild Inn years ago.
Oh, okay.
Where I looped the chords to Hey Jude and I'd pick my phone up.
It's nice to see that lots have changed since then.
Yeah. I picked my phone up and I turned to the crowd and sung along with the crowd while I was playing.
Yeah.
But
ahead of your time there.
One thing I would have done a lot earlier is try to... It's cringe because you're not necessarily feeling like you're the best you possibly could be at this thing. I still don't feel like that.
Yep.
But I would have filmed everything.
Film everything is literally the goal in life.
We've talked about getting a spare phone to just film stuff.
I was speaking to you last week about hiring somebody
to just film
us.
And now more than ever, everything is dictated by being able to show good videos of your product, whatever business you're in.
It doesn't matter if you are a luxury hotel on a mountain in the middle of Italy. No one knows
your marketing.
No one's coming unless they see
a video of like a deer running through a misty field. That's it.
People, especially in today's age with the attention spans and whatever, people want that dopamine hit, and that's what literally marketing is. It's 99% of marketing these days. As any business is like, can you give them that dopamine hit? And if you do it, they're gonna like it. And if they like it, they'll see more. And if they see more, they'll book you.
Filming everything, right? So
filming everything.
I would have done that.
Maybe not everything. Not the bad gigs.
Yeah, well, you film for the highlights, right? So
But even the bad gigs can be spinned, because I've seen some musicians that have filmed.
I've seen some wedding DJs and they kind of like are narrating what's happening in the room, and someone putting in a bad request and it killing the vibe.
Yeah, like I don't know how to feel about these ones where people are like, hey, come with me on my like weekend of gigs. Like, and first we got this and we set this up and we spoke to this girl and we went back.
It's whether people want to be a more lifestyle vlogger or they're talking about just the actual performing of the music.
So. But it does work. Like, it's a bit of a hook, isn't it? When you've got the voiceover thing, it keeps people...
I did a bit of that stuff for the band.
Right.
Because it was quite engaging for the band, that kind of stuff.
I think so. It does work in the right context. I think if I was doing a wedding abroad, maybe it would work.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't done it for my most recent wedding abroad, but I try and do a sort of wrap-up kind of montagey video of the trip.
Yeah, mine would be like, we arrived at the airport and, Ryanair are late again. So
we've planned this terribly and I'm flying back on the day of another gig that's really important and my flight's delayed or cancelled.
We come back last year from Italy, flew from... where's that place with the Pisa?
Pisa? Yeah. Where's that place?
we flew from Pisa, anyway, we got back, so we're doing Pisa to Heathrow. Oh my God! By the way, Heathrow was the only time I've ever flew into that. That is insane. Chaos. It's a city. It's a city. And anyway, so we came in, went to Heathrow. We were supposed to get on a connecting flight, right? But the initial flight was delayed. So we get to the next flight and we're there and they're like, oh, it's already gone. And we're like, oh. And they're like, yeah. So when's the next flight? Oh, just in about, 6 hours. It's like, oh, what? So we literally sat in the Weatherspoons. I believe it was called, oh, no, that's the Kissing Gates. It's Liverpool, isn't it? Or Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester.
Manchester. Anyway, I don't know.
No, Liverpool.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's Liverpool.
They all blare. I'm in that many airports a lot. Middle class and that. Anyway, so...
We have a counter of middle class on the bottom of it. Ding,
I'm not quite upper class because I don't get to go to the private jet bit yet. But,
You're not the one in the mansion hiring the musician?
Not yet.
But
maybe one day.
Okay. Hey guys, hope everyone's enjoying the episode so far. Please remember to go and follow us online, TikTok, Instagram, all those places. Like and comment on this. You can book us for any private parties, events, weddings, whatever it is. Drop us a message on our socials. Come see us live. We're playing every weekend around the Northwest. Let's get back into the episode. We can all dream.
Anyway.
Do you not think it's mad to... If you ever... Alex says this all the time. Yeah. I'm at these parties and garden parties and private parties and weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, a wedding is different, but for the parties that are like at someone's house or whatever, I don't go to parties that have hired musicians.
That's because the people who hire them, in my opinion, most of the ones that have are like just really upper class, like rich, like big houses and stuff.
That's not. I've done garden parties for people from all backgrounds.
I feel like a stranger a bit. Like I do not belong here. Like I when I showed up to that one the other day, and it was like a mansion overlooking the sea. I was just sat there like, what am I doing here? Like,
I had a wedding at the biggest house, the biggest garden.
It's just insane. It's like Anyway, but yeah, my point was like, is like with the airports and stuff. Like we flew in. We
Whoa. How did you get back there?
Yeah. So
what I was going to say a thing earlier on when we were talking about film and everything was one thing that you said was actually genuinely good advice was do a party for your family and friends. Tell them to go mad. Film it.
Okay, that was genius.
Fake it till you make it right.
That was a good idea.
Every video me and Connor post, we know everybody. Everybody in all those videos are paid actors, right?
You pay actors, man, just AI.
Oh shit! Did we say that yesterday?
We did say that yesterday.
Okay, so what we're going to try and do?
Drunken idea after a couple of Guinness
that we could generate a lot of extra videos because those videos are the best videos. Those videos do well for me all the time. Those posting live, people going mad for it over my shoulder videos. Generate loads of them. Feed it. Ones I've already got.
Yeah.
Feed it all the stuff already.
Yeah.
Get it to generate 50 more different
I
parties.
can see the build now. Like, boons, boons, boons. Everybody put your 3 arms up in the air. Oh, God. Yeah. But no, like it's
I want to do it just to see
if anyone notices.
Do you think you can get ChatGPT? Bet you can. If you go ChatGPT, go and have a look at my Instagram, give it the tag, and then say, "Can you give me a still image of like a made up gig that hasn't happened?"
Mate, it is insane. I told you about me redoing my bathroom.
I've seen people redesigning their front rooms and
stuff. Was, mate, it was nuts. And I actually followed exactly what it said. It cost me a fortune. I almost cried in B&Q. Like literally, like I bought 2 tubs of paint in B&Q, tile paint and some other bathroom paint or whatever. The 2 tubs of paint were over £100. And I was just like, literally, the whole bill comes like £140 or something for the both of them. And I was just like, what on earth?
And what were you trying to do? Paint your tiles?
So basically, my bathroom...
Connor's DIY corner.
My bathroom is a little bit dated, right? And I like my baths, you know.
Yeah. So you want to make it a nice class spa at home, yeah?
So, yeah, exactly, right? So I got some plants and things, right? So I want to make it a bit like, what is it they say? Like, Shangwang? No.
I know what you're going to say. I know, and I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to get you to try and guess a couple more times.
No, I don't know. Like,
so what was that? Shang Swang? that famous
like really
Chinese interior design philosophy of Shan Quang.
Segway? No, it's not. That's a thing. That's a bike, isn't it? Also,
Segway's the weird thing that you lean on. Yeah. And a guy who invented that went off the top of a cliff and died on a Segway.
Did he?
Not messing. What a way to go.
Yeah.
And in other news,
Anyway, what a segue that was. So I wanted this like Schwengway thing. I don't know. Like,
do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Feng Shui.
Yeah. Okay. So Feng Shui.
So you wanted everything to be nicely organised, good flow of energy through the room.
It helps my ADHD a little bit.
Yeah, like, I completely buy into all that. To be honest with you.
So the thing is like I had a bit of a a Batman moment where I was in the
Batman moment.
Yeah, no, Batman.
You were testing out the tubs with the loofah.
Yeah, I was in the B&Q, right?
Batman.
I was in the B&Q and I want the tile paint, and we had to get this guy to help us because I couldn't find the tile paint. And then he showed me, and I was like, "Oh, I've got this one, I've got this one, I've got this one." And I went, "Oh, like, does it come in black?" I worded it like that because I was like, "This is so cool. Like, does it come in black?" You know. Anyway, so I painted all the tiles in the bathroom black because AI told me to, and everyone's like, "What? Like, that's messed up." And I told my parents before I did it, and they were like, what? Like, that's horrible. Like, why would you do it? It's like gothic or something.
Yeah, a bit moody.
So anyway, I did it, and now everyone who's been around is like, oh my God, like, it looks so modern. It looks so, like, because...
I haven't been to yours in a little bit. I'll have to come round and have a look at your painted black bathroom tiles.
Black, like you're thinking.
Is it like
the morgue,
texture? Almost like, it looks like a chalkboard kind of style.
So it's like a,
I can see, I can kind of see
it's like a modern black slate look thing, right?
That's fine.
And then because we've got the green from the plant and natural wood, like in the bathroom and that, it really does look really quite modern and nice, right? So I don't know what I'm talking about doing my bathroom up on the pod. What was this about?
Long tangents about self-care from somewhere earlier on,
maybe.
I
so
don't
the
know.
Thing
David
is,
Lloyd, sponsor us.
Yeah, so the thing is I was trying to make a little spa in my bathroom and whatever, and you know, it cost me an absolute fortune.
Oh, we're talking about ChatGPT as well.
Because AI. So the reason I did it was because I took a photo and I said to ChatGPT,
redesign my bathroom.
Like, how can I make this more like Schweng Shui or whatever? And,
you know what it is now as well. That's just you being obtuse.
I forgot it because
Feng Shui.
Yeah. And I was like, how can I make it more like this? You know, more relaxed and whatever. And came up with the suggestion and
paint it all black.
I did exactly.
It does sound mental.
Just started playing the Rolling Stones. Yeah. Yeah, no. So anyway, I did it, and actually, it was insane. So my point is the chat.
You should chat GPT all of your live footage to make montages of loads of other gigs that didn't happen. Yeah, so people book you based on AI generated images,
or just steal them. I mean, I'm thinking about taking a couple of Heaton Park crowd gigs from Oasis and just
putting yourself on.
You know, just saying like me at Claremont recently or something. You know,
Thank you for saying that my Claremont gigs are like Oasis at Heaton Park. I take the compliment.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
We've recently increased the capacity, and I'm hoping that we can do that again.
Wait, what? Have you?
Well, the last one we had an extra 50. So
Did you?
Yeah, it's about 2.
Oh, that's why you didn't invite me then, yeah? Because
I knew you would have got rid of them. There's no point inviting them.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So I think it's about 250 in the garden there now, which is kind of mad because if you think in my head, playing a wedding of 200 people would be a big wedding.
Yeah.
But then I'm doing my own event that's getting 250 people. That's mad, isn't it?
It is insane. And because you do multiple Claremonts in a year, if you actually like sort of add up all the people over
and not everyone. There are a lot of people who come as regulars, and I love people who are like, "This is our 6th time coming to." People have said that,
so amazing.
But there are also new. I need a loyalty thing, like
annual pass, you know, to all the Claremonts.
Yeah, you could just $4,000 and you get access to every
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Well, that's genuinely one of the things that we would start doing, right?
Okay.
So when we build up enough of a viewership, we will do things where you get earlier access to tickets, discounts on things. You might even get a discount on private bookings and stuff if you're a Patreon. Why 100%. Not? It's something to be able to offer people.
Give them like 2% off.
Yeah.
You know.
And you give us it back every month in a...
Yeah, and then I'll just find someone else to put 2% back on. Yeah, the fuel price has gone up lately. Yeah.
You get a 10% discount booking, but you actually just get another musician instead. You don't get either of us two.
Yeah.
Mad speaking to someone yesterday, and they said they booked a DJ and a sax.
Yeah.
And it was through an agency, and they swapped the musicians out, and it wasn't the guy that they... Yeah. This happens too much in this industry.
It happens too much.
You need to make it possible for people to actually book the person they think they're booking. That's why agency stuff is really tricky.
100%. It's nuts. Like, imagine a football player like, oh, sorry, Salah couldn't make it today, but here's like, Jared from down the road. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
Oh, Jared. Oh, Jared. Lad from down the road.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But it is insane, isn't it? Like, you wouldn't do that. Somebody told that to me. Carl Sweeney said this to me. We were talking about like people covering gigs last minute, and he's really big on like you can't just get anyone to cover your gig. And he said, "Yeah, but it's like we booked you because we want you." And he's like, "I understand sometimes there is unavoidable things, like, but for the most part, you can't just go, oh, sorry, I can't do it anymore. Here's me mate," because it's like he said, like if you book like
if you ordered a meal off a restaurant menu, and they go, "Oh no, it's this instead."
Yeah, exactly. It's like you want what you book, and that's
why I felt so weird when I was doing the
wedding band thing.
Wedding function band stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It is weird though.
That the bride and groom, I think it was always marketed with multiple lead singers. There was videos that people saw for advertising of the band where montages of multiple songs with the lineup changing. Okay, so there's like 5 different bands of the same band.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's under a brand umbrella.
Right. Okay.
And then the musicians would change in between that. But even the people they had on their roster weren't the people who'd go to the gigs.
Right.
They used the branding of the band as the like front door marketing for it. But then behind the scenes, it was still just the biggest roster of musicians they could get. Not even necessarily the people who are in the videos.
Yeah.
And it's like you could book a wedding band off a video and some random group of people who had never met before.
Terrible.
Turn up. That's not every wedding function band. That is a isolated incident from my previous history.
Yeah.
But I find that just such a scam.
At least if someone books us, they know we've met. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why personal branding for us 100%. Is really, really important. It's why solo stuff's really important because people get that connection with you. Like,
I'm thinking about
people buy into you.
I'm thinking about our gigs. You know, we have the phone behind us and it's at the crowd, right? I'm thinking of doing a Coldplay-esque out into the crowd.
Is this with your new lasers?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, catch out some CEOs or something.
Yeah, two people from the office who aren't necessarily meant to be cuddling.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean?
Christmas work night out or whatever.
Oh, yes. I think that'd be great. You know what I mean?
Book in for your Christmas parties now.
Yeah, why not? You know, I won't tell for £1,000 ransom.
I will film all of it though.
Yeah, yeah.
And hold it.
They missed the trick there because the guy who filmed that should have like emailed the astronomer CEO
this.
like, ha, I'm going to post.
Thing is, if they just, I saw someone saying if they just reacted like they were meant to be a couple, no one would have filmed it and posted it.
Even known that it was any.
They would have just been like, if they just went, it would have moved on to the next people.
Yeah, 100%. They made it weird.
By trying to hide in person, that made them.
What compelled them anyway? Like, they can duck out the way of a giant camera.
And you've been on it.
Yeah. You've already been on it for a start, but second of all, you literally, like, you think, oh, well, Coldplay's camera isn't going to catch me if I turn around and hide my face.
If I turn away, I don't exist.
Have you seen every video now of their cameras is going viral? Though?
Yeah, people are doing it as a joke thing on any Jumbotron video.
Messi on them. They had Messi at a concert, and they did Messi, and they also had Celine Dion as well on there, and they've just started making a thing of it now because the Coldplay marketing team must have been like, oh my god, we've getting a raise. Thing, yeah. Like,
that was the biggest. That was like the most recent massive viral video I can think of.
Did you see all the social teams from all the companies jumping on it?
Doing their own
like
thing.
Ryanair. And it was like Ryanair posted like Coldplay and Ryanair like splitting up couples since like whatever.
1980.
Like, yeah. Like it was so clever the way that they did it. Like
one thing we were going to talk about right at the start of this episode, which is probably a nice last chunk of thing to talk about. It ties into some of the covering stuff and getting gigs covered as well.
100%.
One of the arms of what we're trying to do is we've been thinking about a pillar that is an agency style thing, right? Mm-hmm. But even just more on a simple, practical life. If we get a booking inquiry and we can't do it because we've got something else in, I've got a list. You've got a list. We've got a similar list of people that we recommend, basically. And that list is
James Brockley.
James Brockley. James Brockley. But that's what
up the broccoli.
But the whole point is literally we are trying to branch our network out and find more similar style musicians to us.
Yeah, because
I want to be able to give recommendations to people who are like us that they will actually genuinely.
The biggest problem that we have is that we know a load of amazing musicians. The problem is they're not similar style, and that's fine. Everyone's got their own style, and they all
some stuff is more appropriate for other
their
gigs.
Own things, right? Even Danny Jones, who we had on the pod the other day, was saying, the other week, that like he doesn't want to go into that. Like he likes what he does. That's
he's
his
found
niche.
his niche.
He loves it. So the thing is, everyone's different.
But if we get a booking request, it's because people have seen what we do in terms of the really loud going for it, getting the crowd.
They want to rave. They want to rave. You know what I mean? They want a DJ is what they want.
They book a DJ instead.
Yeah, they want a DJ.
Don't do that.
They want a DJ. They want an interactive DJ with a guitar experience. They want the lasers. No, maybe.
You're going to give them the lasers anyways, even if they don't want it.
They come free of charge. Do you know what I mean?
But I basically want to be able to extend the... It's not even necessarily just for people who play like us. It's like having a better understanding of everyone who's around us, who's working, and what they think that their strongest type of gig is, right? And being able to put people forward for appropriate work that will help them build their careers and stuff as well. So what I've been musing a little bit about, we haven't actually formalized any of this, so don't take it as gospel, but we're thinking about... So, the idea of open mics for me and you probably remind me of when I was starting out quite a lot, either going and playing them to try and get work,
100%.
Or you have a venue you play at and they're like, oh, we're thinking about doing an open mic, can you host it for us? And then you do an open mic for a while and basically no one turns up because it's really hard to get people to come to open mics. But what we are thinking of trying to do is doing a once a month open mic somewhere in town.
But I think we market it more as a networking
event
thing.
Definitely.
Right.
But and it's basically almost like auditions, but in an informal way.
We have an upcoming, that I won't mention yet, but we have an upcoming potential collaboration.
Yeah.
Right. That is a similar thing. And we're actually going to be hopefully doing like a live panel podcast in front of an audience.
I'm not going to give it away, and then I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen.
I'm just not saying. I'm not saying who it's with.
It's what we're talking about.
I'm not saying who it's with.
Yeah.
But I like this idea, and I like the idea of.
I think it's how we go out and do the community thing on the ground as well as online, because we're trying to build a community online. But I think we need to actually like go into a room and get people playing. Yeah. We'll play a bit.
But it'd be good to actually just be able to sit here as well like this, right? I liked that last night. I really liked the panel thing. I think it'd be good, and it'd be good for content, and it'd be good for everything if we can sit and take questions, like real questions off real people in real time, and like sort of like, whatever people want to ask us. Like, we met a lot of people last night who were trying to break into music, into the industry.
The one thing that I keep getting reminded of all the time is that people are really interested in trying to figure out how to do what we're doing.
Exactly.
And it's not just necessarily within our stream, it's people who are interested in event photography or
100%. Creative, just in general.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a really good thing to do, but the thing is, it's combining it. So it's like, it's an open mic. Like, people can get up, we can sing, we can do a thing. It's a bit of a showcase open mic.
Yeah, it's just like a lively multi-mix event.
Also,
sort of
like, I think we could once a month do an hour pod live. Like, if there was enough people there and we could get it going, where we can take live audience questions, we can play some games with people, have a bit of a laugh, what I mean? Yeah. And I think that the
little community night sort of thing.
The
it's a bit of like getting to know other people. Because like I said, it's not just to necessarily find other people who can fill similar gigs to us.
100%, yeah.
It's finding people, I have people who ask me, do I know a pianist? Do I know a violin player? Do I know this and that? And I have a couple of people that I know, but I want my list to be long.
100%.
I don't want to just send it to one person and then that person's but busy and they haven't got anywhere.
Well, basically, we're trying to start a cult, really.
Yeah.
Like a
music cult.
Private party wedding singers cult,
Are you the leader?
Like, and then when someone's got a big enough budget, right?
They can book all of us.
We can do like they did in the Power Rangers, where they all go into that big, the big machine.
And the whole robot goes, "She is a belter."
Yeah. Oh, that's so sick. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. It'd be so good.
So that's our plan. We're going to make a big jumbo robot.
Yeah, why not? I think we'll find a venue,
I've got a couple of things in mind already. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
But more to come soon. We are going to kind of flesh that idea out a little bit more. But it's just kind of, I think the whole thing is trying to frame everything we're doing and give a little bit more understanding still on what the whole point of this is.
Right, there will be a lot more work done on this in the winter. I think now
it's good to have these ideas, but actually putting stuff in place.
We're so busy right now that it's impossible. But when the season finishes, we can put a lot more time and effort into really crafting this into what it is and it needs to be, and getting people involved and things. But
because we talked about doing Claremont 2.0 somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to happen.
We've talked about basically doing One More Tune live.
Yeah.
But whether we're talking about two different ideas here, where one is slightly podcasty leaning with a bit of open mic and a bit of interview, and then the other is
do both,
the other is a public facing gig.
We can do both, but the thing is that I didn't see how the One More Tune live thing would work, right? I didn't really get it. I didn't get the vibe. I don't know how it would work. But then we did that thing yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of see how it would work now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think it'd be great, to do a bit of a musician networking thing, Q&A, maybe collabing with some different people, whatever. And I'm just really building that community, doing the One More Tune live, and it helps build everything onto the next level. Also doing the Claremont too, but that's more of just a gig for anyone to come.
Yeah.
I feel like the One More Tune live is going to be more industry related.
But that's the point of doing some of this. It's meant to be, we are kind of trying to point our face in two different directions, really. Because even with this podcast, trying to not be formal about it, the whole 100%. Point was that it can be accessible for people
anyone.
Who aren't musicians.
If you're a kid that's 16 and you want a bath when you're older, if
you haven't had a bath yet, stop talking about putting 16-year-old kids in the bath.
Your bath is out there waiting for you. No,
black as well. Connor's painted it black.
No, my point is that it genuinely, the point about this podcast
it's meant to be motivational. It's also meant to be realistic.
Like everything that we say in this podcast, sometimes I might come across of, oh, my life's great, because it is. And I want...
I don't want everyone to think that I think I'm sick, even though I am.
No, but I want people to be inspired that if you go and pick up that guitar, banjo, ukulele, saxophone, I don't care what it is, you can also have a life where you literally spend your night making people happy, dance, putting positivity into the world, right? Giving people amazing memories, doing what you love for a living, getting to travel the world. Like, what we do is insane. And it is, in some elements, like a dream come true for me. This is what I wanted when I was a kid. This is like things that I cried about at night, like wanting this. Like, I don't care that I'm not famous. I don't want to be famous. I live exactly the life I worked my backside off for. And I want to have. And I want other people to know what this is like. Because, it's insane. I've got a bath. I've got a king size
I was letting
bed.
you go then, because what you were saying was actually really nice, and then you you turned it back around.
No. Yeah, because
I was going to say that is a lovely place to leave it. A nice inspirational moment.
Yeah. You
too can be middle class.
No, you can do it though. Like,
it's the same thing we were saying last night, is make it exist and then make it good. You can't be good from the start. You just get going.
Just do it. Like,
get busy.
I am not the best singer in the world by any stretch. I'm not the best guitarist at all, but I worked to make this happen. And with most things, if you work hard and you want it bad enough, like, I do genuinely believe you can make it happen. And to some extent, the lifestyle, the awesome life that people see on Instagram, it's not all real. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff no one sees that's hard work, but the highlights are still real, and they do happen, and it is an amazing job.
And then regular. You have peak moments all the time.
All the time.
If I went back through my 2024, I'd be like, shit, I've forgotten how good that thing was. Because all the stuff has been eclipsed by the stuff that's happened recently that has just been sick.
And it's strength to strength. And like, what I'm trying to say is it is real and it is achievable. It's not like you have to start with some rich kind of like, oh, here's 10 grand to start a business. No, like, buy a guitar. I started with like a £200 cheap knockoff guitar doing gigs. Like you said, you were playing an OBK and your speaker was like falling apart. Like, and look at, like, now it's so hard to comprehend. We get flown by people, all expenses, around the world to weddings in Europe to go and just literally
around the world in Europe.
Well, okay, but I've
not broken out of Europe yet.
Not yet.
It's covered.
But I've had a few inquiries. I've actually got one inquiry in Florida, actually.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I've actually.
Oh my god.
Anyway, but
if you can't do it, I'll do it.
But this is the point. If you're 16 and, you've got your cheap copy guitar sat in the corner that doesn't stay in tune,
you can make a load of money with it if you want to.
You too could be going to Florida
for a bath.
See you later. Like, and but that's the point. You know what I mean? Like,
flogging the alive horse.
No, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the point of us doing this. That's why we're thinking about trying to build the network in person as well.
Yeah.
More to come.
Yeah, that's it. And with Jet 2 holidays,
you too can get 50 quid off your knockoff Takamine guitar.
Yeah.
That's 200 quid for a family of 4.